So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about harmony and start to understand the major scale. Now, first of all, what is harmony? Harmony is one of the most analysed and talked about things when it comes to understanding music. And in basic terms, harmony is the relationship between two or more notes. Now, when you're playing a chord, that's basic harmony right there. It's a cluster of notes that have certain distances between each other that results in a specific sound. Now, why is it important for you to understand harmony? Well, I've just mentioned there about learning chords, understanding the sounds of chords, understanding how a chord is constructed, the different intervals, the different relationships, the different harmony that create the sound of that chord. As well as that, we can look at these intervals and the relationship between notes within a scale, how a scale is constructed, how chords are constructed within a scale, and ultimately the relationship between the melodies that we build from a scale and how they interact with our chords. That's pretty advanced stuff, and you don't really need to understand that right now. But I think it's important for you to start to grasp the concept of the major scale and its intervals. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to learn the C major scale. The reason why we're going to learn the C major scale is because it's all of the white notes on the piano, and it doesn't have any sharps or flats, so it's all natural notes. So it's a really nice scale to learn in terms of relating it to our musical alphabet and the tones and semitones that we've learned so far when analysing our musical alphabet. So let's start off by playing the C major scale on the A string. We're just going to play up one string and understand the distances between the notes. Now, as I said, this is all the white notes on the piano. This is all natural notes. Let's start on C, then play D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, so you resolve to the octave, the 15th fret. So when we're analysing those natural notes, if we start from the 3rd fret of the A, we then go up to the D, that's a tone. We have another tone. We have a semitone. Okay, there you have that semitone between E and F. Then we have a whole tone to G, whole tone to A, another whole tone to B, and then a semitone between B and C. Okay, so there you can see how we've got still that relationship of semitone between E and F and B and C as we learnt when we were looking at the musical alphabet. So we have this formula or this template, which is tone, or starting from a root note, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Now that template, if you like, can be started from any note on the guitar and we will result in a major scale. Let's try that from another note on the E string. Let's start from the G note. Okay, and let's play through that same formula. So from G, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. And you can hear that it has the same DNA, if you like, but because we're starting from a different note, the key is different, but effectively the scale will sound the same in terms of its structure. And yeah, like I said, I think the DNA is quite a good term to use when explaining the scale. Now, as I've just demonstrated, we can transfer this template into different keys, but we are going to stick to C. And instead of playing this very uneconomical way of playing on one string, although it is really cool to be able to traverse the neck through a scale on one string or pairs of strings or 3 strings at a time, all of these different techniques as your and approaches as your knowledge of scales grows, I think it's great to start from the beginning and play our humble open position C major scale. This is based around our open C major chords. You're going to play this. And can we descend? Okay, so it's really nice if you play a C chord. Why is it so important for you to learn this scale? Basically, everything that you will play is based around this. Your chords, your scales, be it major, minor, modes when you get into those, that might be a term that you've already heard, pentatonic scales, all of those originate from the major scale. When you see a chord progression, it's possible to trace that to the major scale and be able to see what to play over it. So it really does form the foundation for your rhythm playing, understanding the chords that you use within your rhythm playing as well as your lead playing. So make sure you practice your C major scale, really get it under your fingers. Like I said, you can play this in different keys, but for now, let's just stick to the all the natural notes and just get that open position fingering down.